It is a big success. And I'm going to tell you, it took a whole lot of work that man did, and we were all behind him. But I'm going to say one thing. If all of you want policies made according to your liking, your religious belief, or your customs, be on the damn table where the policies are written. You guys are not. And the reason you're not, because you just criticize politicians or politics, you never take a part of it. And that is not going to fix your problem. People, wake up to reality. So trust me on that part. Wake up to reality and get on that table, find a chair on the table where policies are written, or policies are made. This man worked so hard, tirelessly, because he's trying to get us someplace. He's trying to help us to be part of this culture that we have here in Chicago. So please, I'm requesting you, I'm actually demanding you guys take a part in politics and not be just criticizing politicians, which more often I hear everybody wants to criticize some politician somewhere, whatever they are doing. But then take a chair on the table. And that is very, very important. I cannot emphasize it enough how important it is. Now, having said that, I'm not gonna take much of your time. I'm gonna invite the person who's actually that I follow. And without a doubt, I can tell you this, she is the most powerful woman in the state of Illinois. That is proven. That is proven over and over. It has been proven over and over. She is the most powerful woman, but I'm proud of saying she's my best friend. We've been together for ages. Give her a big hand, Toni Preckwinkle.
I am very grateful to be here today. I just want to thank my former colleague, Alderman Brookins, for all his good work. He is a friend and colleague of Siddiqui's for a very long time. I want to thank Siddiqui and his partner Saeed, I think he's over right here, for bringing everybody together today. Let me just come back a little bit to what Siddiqui said. If we're going to have a strong democracy, we need people to be participants, to be active, right? And that's what Siddiqui has been encouraging people in the Muslim American community, in the Pakistani community, and more broadly across the board, encouraging people. As many of you know, I ran for this office 4 years ago, and I cheerfully say that our problems are more challenging now than they were then. So he's got a tough road ahead of him, and he's going to need your help and support and your prayers. Your help and your support and your prayers. And I hope you will give those all generously. He is a good man. His wife says he's a good husband. He's got 3 great kids. He's been a very active, engaged, concerned commissioner. I know he'll bring those same talents and energies to the office of the mayor of the city of Chicago. Please welcome Mayor-elect Brandon Johnson.
When we leave a teacher in charge, and President Preckwinkle has demonstrated that for some time now, and Siddiqui and Saeed for bringing families together. I am grateful for that. And to all the elected officials and leaders that are here this evening, this is exactly the hope and the wish that I had when I ran for mayor of the city of Chicago. For a better, stronger, safer Chicago to take place, we have to have a multicultural, intergenerational movement to see that come to fruition. And it looks like we're off to a really great start. Give yourself a hand. I will not be before you long. One of the things that I think it's important that we lift up repeatedly, that we are accountable one to another because we are accountable to a force that is greater than us. And as you all have come through this moment of fasting to rid ourselves of our fears, our inhibitions, in many cases our doubts, and sometimes the frustration that happens throughout the course of life, because life is hard. And so to relinquish yourself of those things and to be in tune with something that is greater than yourself, that is the ultimate sacrifice that I believe that's required in this moment. Because giving of yourself, that is the act that I believe that God has called us to do. That if we're gonna be a better, stronger, safer Chicago, we're gonna have to lean on one another. And that means trusting one another. And that will mean challenging one another at times. But if we are all centered and focused to make sure that this time of fasting, as it comes to an end, that our work begins as our fasting ends, then I believe and I'm confident that we're going to be just fine. The last thing that I'll say before I take my seat, because there's salmon on the plate, is that I am so humbled, my wife and I, by the outpouring of love and inspiration that my family has received. And raising our 3 children in the city of Chicago, that is the greatest task that both of us have. And what we want for our family, we want for every single family around the city. But here's the part that excites me the most. Because clearly in this room, there are individuals that have elected leadership positions in businesses, not in the city of Chicago, but the region. I want the office of the mayor to be a space that influences the region. And that's why I'm grateful to work and to collaborate with every single level of government. Because it won't be enough for the city of Chicago to succeed. We have to make sure that the success of Chicago benefits the Southland and the western suburbs, central and southern Illinois, that as we work to unite this city, that it is our job to unite the state. And if we can do that and be a leading example in our overall region, then we can take this incredible faith movement across the country. So I'm looking forward to being sworn in. I'm looking forward to leading this city, and I'm looking forward to many more meals together. Thank you again. God bless you.
I swear to God, I love you. We're gonna be together for a long time. How about that?
Assalamualaikum everyone. We just hosted our iftar here at Chicago Yacht Club, where our guest of honor was Mayor-elect Brendan Johnson, and we brought all the families and friends together, and it was a great collaboration between the communities, and it was a great affair.
This is the evening of 15th of September. We just got through meeting with the Mayor-elect Brendan Johnson. He just left. He attended a dinner with the Muslim community. And the message he conveyed that he would want to be inclusive of all communities. That includes Muslim and Pakistani community in Chicago area. Our main objective has been that we want to be sitting on the table where the policies are being made. Because if we're not sitting on the table where the policies are written, it could affect us and the generation come after us. We want to make sure that Muslims are being noticed. Muslims are included in the policies being introduced in the state of Illinois, city of Chicago. We want to make sure that Mayor understands that Muslim will support him at all different times as long as our Muslim sitting on the table, making sure that their rights are protected and their families are well taken care of as they need it in the city of Chicago. So, having said all that, the mayor has promised to work with the community all together at all different times. So I think it was a good event, and we'll keep doing this over and over until we make the progress that we need to make. I thank you.